Great. So I'm here. I will answer every single question you guys have, like always. Please just send your questions in to if you guys are on the phone. If you have access to Raychel or to Ulysses Alanis or even to Chris on Facebook, you can send in the questions. We will be answering every single one of those questions. If you have access to the online and you're looking right now at the screen, please send in and type in your questions. We will answer those questions also. So I do appreciate every single one of you who've been on the call. This is Armand Pujol, president of Total Life Changes, and we are here. Let's make it a go. Let's get going with this teleconference.
This conference is being recorded.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys just heard it here with the one and only MLM legend, Armand Pujol. Well, guys, before we get started, I want to give the mic to Raychel. To tell you the truth, man, she's been here since day one, guys. She is a great leader. I hear a lot of great testimonials from her, man. She is one of the greatest. And I'm going to give her the mic just to let you introduce the one and only president here of MLM, Armand Pujol. Are you there, Raychel?
I am, Chris. Thank you so much. We are so excited about this call this evening. And I'm just really, my hands are up in the air over all the pings and the number of people I see in the room. Armand, we're so glad to have you here with us, and I have the opportunity and the pleasure to introduce you tonight to a man who is probably the most simple and easy man that you could ever want to work with, a man who is there for our entire Total Life Changes family. He takes the T out of team and puts the F in family. He is so much about helping each and every distributor to get to a new level with Total Life Changes. He is a millionaire maker, a master distributor. He has made the comp plan for us. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing none other than the legend himself, MLM legend, Mr. Armand Pujol, the president of Total Life Changes. Take it away, Armand.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rachel, for that introduction. My friends, everybody who's on the line right now, this is your time and this is your opportunity to really ask the questions you want to ask. There's no question too small. There's no question too big. I will be answering every single one of these questions honestly and very precise. If I do not know the answer, I will get back to you on those questions. And, I will be as honest as possible for every single question you guys have. So I want you to know that this company, Total Life Changes, is something different than any other company. We have an open door policy here where Jack Fallon and myself really are looking forward to really making sure that you have the vehicle that you are looking for. Yet you have the vehicle that's going to take you not 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, but the vehicle that you want to have the rest of your life and then some, because you want to leave a legacy for your children. You want to leave a legacy for your grandkids. You want to leave a legacy for your great grandkids. This is what it's about, my friends. And this company here, it's on a growth level that it's just impressive. But a lot of people around the world, no matter who they are or where we come from, we all have our beefs and battles between other companies or other products or people just basically claiming our products are different than theirs or whatever it is. So I know you have the questions. So that's what we're here for. And we will make these conference calls, these Q&As more oftenly. And we will try to record every single one of these and publish every single one of these. So you have these information, at your fingertips. The idea of these questions, by the way, and the reason I want you to ask the questions, because, even if it's the question that you're afraid to ask, because maybe ask it away. And the reason I'm telling you this is because this is the only way we're going to be able to answer the questions that we don't know about. And it's perfect because guess what? The more questions we get, the more answers we can give, the more precise in your business you will be. So that's what this is about, my friends. So let's get started here. And Ulysses, you see any questions on the chat right now?
I do, Armand, and one of them says, what would be the best product that we could get for someone that has lupus?
Well, the best product for lupus, and I'm telling you right now, number one, you need to detox the person. And this is, we're not making any claims here, just so you know, this is from experience that we're talking about right now. And lupus is is something we've dealt with a long time. Now, Ganoderma lucidum has been a plant that's been documented for a very long time on PubMed.gov to really help a lot of people, especially with cancers and cancer in the blood and lupus, for that matter. So if you start using Ganoderma lucidum, chaga, in the tea, you will notice a big difference right away within that person, automatically. So that's one of the greatest things you will find with these products. They just work now.
Excellent. Another question that I see is that they're asking, what is the Revolution Drops?
The resolution drops is something that is very, very different than HCG. One example, HCG is a hormone that makes you believe you are pregnant at the time and makes you believe, no matter if you're a man or woman, that your body is pregnant. And that's the reason that when you lower the calorie count to 500 calories, your body, instead of going into a shock or into trying to salvage whatever it is, or contain food as soon as you take it in, it really starts releasing reserves from your fat reserves to feed the baby that it thinks you have inside, that it believes you have inside. And that's the reason people lose weight very quickly with HCG. Now, with the new resolution, it's very different. We are using a diet that is very similar to HCG, by the way, yet it's more calories in it. So it's a little more. You will be able to withstand a lot more of the diet than you could with the HCG. Now, the really cool thing about the resolution is that it does something the HCG does not do, which is it converts your taste glands into really glands that will reject, sugars, will reject, for instance, fat, deep fried foods, breads, anything made out of flour. So those are the three things that really keep people gaining weight all the time. Those are three types of foods that will keep you gaining. If you have anything with sugar, if you have anything that has fats in it, if you have anything that has bread or flour in it, those are the three stuff that will make you gain. Now, if you reject it automatically, and the reason how you're going to feel with this, a lot of women will relate the feeling to when you're pregnant and you just find something that smells or just repulsive, and you kind of want to throw up in that manner. That's what's going to happen. That's the exact feeling you're going to get if you eat the wrong foods. So what it's going to do is going to train your body, and as it trains your body, it's going to train your body to really eat healthy. See, the resolution doesn't really do anything for you, but train your body to eat healthy, for you to gain or lose that weight that you've been wanting to lose. And basically train your body to want the foods that you want to have, the foods that are good for you, the foods that are going to really help your life, lengthen your life instead of shorten it, or even help you get healthier. Because a lot of times that we go to the doctors, and no matter what disease we have or what we have, the doctor's always going to tell you need to lose weight. That's one of the first things, because with weight comes problems, and with weight comes a lot of issues with your health. So by helping you regulate that, a lot of those problems will just disseminate away. So that's very, very cool.
Amazing. Another question I have here, Man, is can you give any of these products to your pets?
That is funny, because you know what? I have a lot of people giving these, especially to their dogs and their cats. Yes, you can. Especially the Gano, the Chaga. We've had one dog that was about to die very recently here in California, and the distributor gave it the Chaga. And amazingly, this dog was already just laying down, was not going nowhere, was an older dog, so it was one of those, it was just laying there in the corner. When it used to move, it used to run, used to do everything. It did have a little bit of the cancer inside, and it did have a lot of issues. She started giving it Gano, and then she started giving it Chaga within the food. And guess what? Automatically, as a matter of fact, she said she was spoon feeding him that stuff, because he would not even eat food at that point no more. And guess what? He starts jumping around. He's fine right now. She's showing pictures of her pet, and he goes, you know what? It's amazing. Does it work? Yes, it does. Why? Because it works it works within you. It really helps you no matter what we are or who we are, or if we are an animal or we are human. It really helps you because the digestive systems are not that different. So it really does help a lot, your pets.
Sounds great. Thank you, Armand. This question is from Angela Tinsan, and she said, when will we open in Nigeria? And which one it will be the next office open?
That's a great question. Especially in the continent of Africa, we are looking into a lot of markets that we have there. Obviously, right now we are standing strong with the one office we are opening up at this moment. Actually, we just opened up, and we are doing very good right now. Now, the point to opening other countries is you got to know that other countries within the same continent, including even South America or North America, like Africa, it's, every country has its own rules and regulations. So as soon as we meet those countries will be open. So the coolest thing about it is that the office that we have right now is going to be the aisleway to Nigeria. So it's going to be very, very cool because it's going to be very quick to really fulfill a lot of the orders in Nigeria as soon as we open that country up.
Sounds great. Thank you. All right, we got a question here from Facebook. It's 2 questions, actually. We'll ask one at a time. So this is the first one. What would be the best product for sarcoidosis?
That's a great question. And you know what? I still don't have that answer to that. And I want to apologize about that. My wife is in the house, so I will call her up and make sure she gives me that answer before this call is over.
Thank you, Armand. And the second question we have from Facebook is, what would be the best product for an athlete who takes no energy drinks, has 8% heart working, and needs a heart transplant? Well,
I'll be honest with you. That type of a question, for instance, that type of a person that has that kind of issues, if it's a medical problem that just happened, it could be various different things. I think, that person should have a doctor look at him and let us know what the doctor said. As long as we have what the doctor says, we can really recommend a lot of different things. A lot of the health products that we have, as long as he can eat, he can take the tea. For instance, the Gano, they shouldn't have any effect negative with the Ganoderma lucidum, plus it should help them dramatically. The Chaga also, the NutriBurst also. But there could be a lot of different issues, and it all depends on what the doctors have said to him at that particular person, or what the particular problem was at that point. If it's something that was in the past and he's had it for years, and he knows what that problem is, I wish, to that exact problem. Why does he have that low heart rate, or why is it, if he's an athlete, he's able to run, and that means a lot of oxygen is not being met into his blood system. So it could be a lot of different issues. So, having the right information will help.
Thank you, Armand. And that, for now, that looks like all the questions, but I'm pretty sure there's some more out there. But for now, Armand, I have a question I'm pretty sure everybody out there is wondering is, are there any going to be new packs? Are there new packs coming along this year?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I know this is 2015. 2015 is a huge year. I know there's a lot of new things, but one of the new things I've been asked a lot is there are there going to be new packs coming this year?
Yeah, the new packs they should have been out at the beginning of the year. For instance, every year Total Life Changes switches the packs at the beginning of the year. Every single one of the packs that we have, or the business builder packs, always start January 1st and end December 31st. That's the way we've always done it. The reason is it keeps us managing the packs, so the new products will be in the packs, and you always have all the top of the line of the products. Are we going to have new packs? Yes, and we will make an announcement. We were going to shut down the packs December 31st, but a lot of complaints came in to the company, and we decided to hold off just a little bit as we are announcing the new one. So I think February 1st will be the launch for the new packs. I think you guys are going to notice something that's very powerful. Not only packs that have more different products in it if you want the mixed packs, but also packs that are going to give you more than what you are seeing right now for a builder. And that's what we want, because we want to cater to the builder right now. We want to cater to you guys who want to build you want to build the company, you want to build the organization. So these packs will help you really grow and have a definite growth that grows with you. So that's what we're looking for right now, and we will make an announcement, and it will make it clear exactly what the packs and what the packs will give you, and in fact that will make it so great. So I think you're going to be very astounded, very surprised, and you guys are going to be very happy with the final results.
Thank you, Roman. I'm pretty sure everybody is excited about that. Well, this one is from Roderick from the UK, and he asks, when people use the health pack for terminal illness, I will tell them to use a 3-bottle of Gano. Should I now say use the tea, the NutriBurst, and 1 bottle of Gano? What do you recommend?
It depends on what the person has, an example. And, one of the things that everybody here, especially in network marketing, not only in Total Life Changes, but you have to be very careful in how you are recommending the products, because if you're recommending them as for a disease, you got to be very careful there, because then you're making claims on each of the products. Even though the products do what we say they do, you got to be very careful in how you speak of the products. For instance, I would say basically, if somebody has any type of disease, I would pinpoint the herbs that will actually help them. They're documented that would help them within the products that would help them get better. For an example, if somebody has cancer, well, it's documented in PubMed.gov that Ganoderma lucidum, if you research all the medical studies, you will notice what it can do against cancer. So that's how I would pinpoint how to use that product. I would never say use Ayasogano. You see what I'm saying? So you got to say use Ganoderma lucidum. So it's very, very different. And we're talking about the actual product that is within the product, that name. With the chaga, for instance, chaga is very powerful with cancer and diabetes and a lot of the diseases that are out there. But it's researched to be that as the herb. Now, a lot of the people say, hey, how about the tea? The tea does this, the tea. I've seen a lot of posts out there in Facebook, for example, that is, it has 26 things that the tea can do for you. And one of them says HIV, and the other one, all those things are wrong completely. And I don't know why people are using and why they're copying and posting it and all that stuff, because it's wrong. The one thing that people have to know, that if you want to get your business, really destroyed or lowered or stopped, the best way to do is make claims on products, because the government agencies will stop a lot of people no matter where they are around the world if you're making claims on the product. But you could say is, the Mirith does so and so and so. You can go through every single one of the plants within the tea and say this plant does this and this is researched to do this. See, and once you're talking about the actual 9 plants, then you're not in trouble. You're not in an effect, because you're talking about what the product has, and there is research behind that to document that, what you're saying. So that's one of the very things that people have to keep that in mind all the time when they're talking about our products.
Thank you. I was pretty much. Well, I have another question here. This is from Raychel Small, and I think it was intended for somebody else, but she said, what would someone with fatty liver take?
Can you repeat that one again?
What should someone with fatty liver take?
Somebody with fatty liver, I would always recommend the tea. The tea is, the plants within the tea they're very, very well documented, by the way, that they can really take the fat out of a lot of parts of your organs and really exit them out. That's the reason when you urinate, you see a lot of fat floating in the urination. You will see a lot of that. You will see that it helps in that point. It takes that fat from within you out. And that's the way it helps. And I'm not talking about the fat within your body, like the fat that makes us fat. I'm talking about that fatty liver issue that they have, or the fatty the heart, because sometimes we get it within our heart, or we get it within our blood system. That's the type of, it's almost like calcium builds that will relieve that, and that tea does that very well.
Thank you, Armand. Well, guys, there is over 100 people here on the call. I'm pretty sure you guys logged in. You guys had questions. Come on, guys, send in those questions. All right, Armand, we got another question here. It says here, what product would you recommend for someone who has sleep apnea or sleep problems?
Oh, that actually is awesome. A lot of people who have problems sleeping, one of the best products that we have is NutriBurst. The reason people sometimes have issues with the sleep is because it's the lack of nutrients and lack of minerals within their bodies. Now, a lot of the times is that their bodies are timed wrong, and I'm talking about we have this clock within us that is used to mornings and nights and everything else. This will kind of start regulating you to the point that you'll feel the night a little bit better. You'll feel the morning a little bit better with more energies. And one of the things that people have to do is take the NutriBurst early in the morning at first thing.
Sounds great. Armand, thank you very much. Well, guys, there you go. Okay, Armand, I know you promote a lot the Ayaso tea, Gano, and Chaga for the health. They call them the triple threat. Can you explain more how those three promote better health?
Well, they don't call it the triple threat. It's the health pack that I call it. And a threat, I think, is a very strong word there. But the way that these three products work is like this. The tea works phenomenally to clear, especially the fibers within your intestinal walls, which in turn makes you absorb nutrients a lot faster. A lot of the issues that people have is because you have tremendous amounts of feces just on the walls of your colon tract. And a lot of people do not even realize this, but especially if you're eating greasy foods or foods that have been, what would be the word, deep fried, or even if you like a lot of the breads or a lot of cakes or stuff like this, and you drink no water, by the way, you don't drink a liter of water every day, you have what's called a sludge effect within you. And this sludge effect that happens within your body kind of sticks to the walls. And the problem to this is that when this sludge starts sticking to the walls, it starts to harden. And when it starts hardening, it becomes pretty dangerous for you because that's where diseases are formed. For instance, even cancers, even diseases like diabetes and even the natural, just the flu and not being able to fight the flu comes from having all this almost like a dirt or having your system so dirty that your own body is fighting that, maintaining that from getting you sicker or feeling weak, that it's weakening you in other areas where, for instance, you can get sick a lot faster. So that's what the tea is about, and that's what the tea can help you. Now, why the NutriBurst? Because the NutriBurst, my friends, will nutrify you. 1 tablespoon of NutriBurst. 1 tablespoon of NutriBurst will give you it'll give you about 10 salads a day of nutrition. It's like you're eating 10 salads daily with everything you need within it. Imagine, 1 tablespoon will give you all your greens. It'll give you all your vitamins. It'll give you all your digestive enzymes. It'll give you all your minerals that you need in 1 tablespoon alone. What is so awesome about that is that 1 tablespoon, when you take that, it takes your health to another level. You start noticing your skin getting smoother. You start noticing your nails getting harder. You start noticing your hair getting thicker. Why? Because all those are problems of having lack of minerals within your body. And a lot of people do not see that. And you start noticing that with the NutriBurst. Now, the Ganoderma lucidum, have you seen? The Ganoderma lucidum does a lot of different things within your body. And it's like I said, the effect in what is documented to be the Ganoderma lucidum is so awesome because what it really does, it's like I like to call it a parasite. It's like a parasite. A parasite sucks your blood, right? And eats whatever nutrition you have on you. But this is not that kind of parasite. Ganoderma lucidum is a parasite that eats all the negatives, all the bad, all the bad cells in your body, the cancer cells, and all this stuff that's not supposed to be in there, all the metal deposits that you have and stuff like that. It kind of, encapsulates it and takes it out of your body. That's what's so cool about that. That's what I love about Ganoderma lucidum. So by using all three, it becomes a machine that really helps you really progress a lot stronger and really get healthier a lot faster. No matter what disease you have or what you're feeling or what you have, if you use those three products alone, you will notice an effect within the week that you are getting better. And that's the power of now. And that's what these products are. Ayaso is now.
Thank you, Armand. That was really great. Well, right here, I have a question right here that says statin drugs and the TLC product, how do they interact? See, that question is a little broad, but the statin drugs, anybody you guys don't know, statin means that any drug that reduces the level of fats and any cholesterol in the blood. So I'm guessing they're talking about more about the Gano, which you just introduced, Gano and Chaga, which you just talked about. So that actually answers that question as well. Thank you, Diana. Appreciate it. And another question here
let me add. Hold on. Let me add to that. The drugs that they're talking about basically, not only helps you basically reduce a lot of the fats within your body, but yet the Gano, what it will do, and it works in a different way than any medication that is out there. So I've always told people, you keep using your medication and the doctor's giving you, because you never get off the medication unless your doctor gets you off the medication. But once you add this herb, which Ganoderma lucidum or Chaga, what you're going to end up doing is adding a nutritional element that is really going to help boost your body. Now remember this. Now I want everybody to remember this. I don't believe in miracle products. There's no miracle products out there. The miracle is your body. When you were born, that's the miracle. That body you have, that vehicle you have, is the miracle. And it's a very powerful vehicle to have. Now, this vehicle you have can cure itself from anything. No matter how extensive is the disease, no matter how strong your disease is, or how the infection is, or whatever your health issue is, your body can cure itself from anything. It can reverse from the symptoms but backwards from the way it started and back, my friends. This is just something that's powerful. But how is that available? How does that happen with your body? Giving it the right tools. And what we have here at Total Life Changes, my friends, are tools that are based on you, tools that your body can use, tools that you will need, so the miracle within you can make it happen. And that's the beautiful part about these products, that there's nothing really special about them. The specialness is in you. But giving you that vehicle that you have, that right equipment, man, you can do some marvelous things. And that's what this is doing.
Thank you, Armand. I want to apologize. I kind of misread that one. Well, Armand, we have one right here that everybody is wondering, and every day I get this asked every day here at the California TLC office. Well, right here, Angela Tinson just asked me, are the shipping issues almost back on track?
Well, so everybody knows the machine that actually we have that makes the tea broke down in December, and yet we had so much stock of it, we didn't realize how quickly it was going to go. Obviously, the machine didn't get fixed as fast as we wanted it to get fixed. It is fixed now and is producing at full speed at this moment. Not only producing at full speed, it's producing overnight. So we're having people 24/7 right now at Total Life Changes building the tea and catching up to all the orders. Did we like this? No, it was a learning lesson for us. Trust me, it was not funny for us. It was not a fun. We do not like not having the product, especially our flagship product, which is the tea. We do not like not being able to ship those products to you. We do not like having to delay any products to you. That's never been TLC. But yet, let me tell you a story to help you notice how powerful this is. The amount of growth that we're having, my friends. We're now about to have a second machine, and the second machine will really stop and prevent any of this from happening ever again. The reason a lot of this growth and a lot of this, which is fantastic, by the way, that is happening, sometimes it comes at a surprise. We were not expecting a growth level as we had during the Christmas season, which we caught us, really blindsided it. And you know what? For a company, shame on us, because we did not see it coming. But yet, it's very powerful in many ways because guess what? I'm very proud of every single one of you as distributors because of the growth, man. A lot of people who are selling the tea and believe in the tea, and we're just moving the tea and so much, man. This is just incredible in the amount of growth, and we're going to be able to have everybody caught up. We're looking to have everybody caught up by the next week, and so we're pushing very hard. We do apologize to everybody who is getting delayed in all their tea orders, but we are pushing as fast as possible to get tea in the hands of every single one of you, and never have this problem again. Again, let me repeat another. I don't know if you guys have ever been familiar with the noni juice that was out there. It was very powerful many moons ago. The product is still out there. The company's still strong out there. But at the very beginning of noni, for a lot of people who were in that company before, products stopped producing for 2 months. And the reason they stopped producing for 2 months, they had to move the facility to a bigger building. And it took 2 months to build the facility and to put the bottling facility all together and having that juice coming out. Now, within that time period, those 2 months, a lot of people did flow out. A lot of people did get angry. A lot of people did, get upset about it. And I do understand why people get upset by not having their tea right now. And you know what? I feel for every single one of you because I can't live without my tea, and I understand why you can't live without your tea also. Now, people have to understand that this growth burst like we had right now is a great movement. Why? Because it puts us on the right track, and it puts us in the right mentality that it will never happen again. Why? We will always be in front of that and making sure that we always have more product that is going to be able to suit you in case something ever happens like that again.
Thank you, Armand. Appreciate it. Well, we have another question here from Carla. She says, can you explain how the Delgada, the slimming coffee, works?
The Delgada Slimming Coffee works by really it's the elements that it has within it. There's three major fat burners that are inside that coffee. And if you guys look at out of the top of my head, I cannot name them right now. As it is, I'm looking over to the next flight over to Puerto Rico right now. But there are three ingredients in there that are very, very powerful. And as a matter of fact, they've been on Dr. Oz, those ingredients. They've been on WebMD. They've been very well publicized. And what you're going to know is like Garcinia Cambodia is one of them that it just clicked in my head. And you mix that with the Ganoderma lucidum that we have within that coffee. It makes a 1-2 punch that really helps you slim down very quickly. Now, would I tell you to use that exclusively to lose weight? Well, you can, but it does come with you do need to do something else. For instance, you do need to use a tea along with the Delgada to start losing the weight. And if you can use a Delgada with let's just say with your ACG or you with the new product coming out right now, Resolution, then it will help those products help you reduce a lot faster. But yet, it's up to you and what you want to use. We just give you the tools and how to use them. And you can really decide on how you want to lose weight. For instance, I know a lot of people losing 1 pound a day using the Delgado alone and doing their exercises and doing whatever they need to do. So it works very powerfully. So it all depends on you and how you want to use it.
Sounds great, man. I'm getting bombarded here now. That's a lot of messages, man. We get messages crazy. Well, Armand, I have here some lady asking, she has a 2-part question right here, and it about the ACG, and it says, what type of ACG is it? As there are 6 types of ACG. And where is the ACG coming from? From a woman's placenta?
That is a great question, my friends. One of the things that people don't not realize is the ACG is actually ACG. The ACG that we have comes from the umbilical cord, basically, and that's where it's produced from. Now, we don't use the hormone directly from there. There is a process that is it gets turned into 30 parts water and then converted to another 30 parts water and then again another 30 parts water and then another third part water. So it does get very diluted, but yet the effect of it and the reason it works so well within your body, and let me tell you why ACG works so well for a lot of people, is that this little tiny amount of HCG that you put underneath your tongue. And as a matter of fact, if you take it underneath a study, you will rarely. It depends on the laboratory. Will notice how much HCG is in that because it is just so diluted in it, but it's enough for your own HCG within your body to turn on. And that's what you're doing, is basically using the HCG that is active to turn on the HCG that is active within our body. And by doing that, my friends, it turns on the effect that, like I said before, like it'll make your body believe that you are pregnant. Either it's a man or a woman. We both have it, but we can use that for the weight loss. And that's what happens. Now, HCG is not a weight loss product per se. That's the secondary effect. Now, let's put that in perspective. We sell it as a weight loss product, yes. But HCG is created mainly for fertilization, for people who cannot have babies, to help people that have problems holding the baby in the placenta. You know, it's one of those products that's what it's made for. Now, what the side effect to that is major weight loss. Now, why we like that? Because we can sell it as a weight loss product, and really it works very well for that. But yet everybody there has to be very careful because HCG can make you pregnant very quickly if you don't protect yourself. So everybody in mind that's using the HCG, remember that it was primarily created for fertilization, as a fertilization product. Now, the side effect is major weight loss. So we sell it as major weight loss because that's what people want, and that's what people are looking for right now.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Armand.
much.
Go ahead, Rachel.
Okay. Thank you so much, Armand, for the answer on that, because someone was just asking whether or not you can take HCG to get pregnant. So thank you so much for answering that. Got a great question here.
Let me
Go ahead.
anybody that's looking to get pregnant, by the way, and has had a problem having a pregnancy or getting pregnant or maintaining the pregnancy, the HCG will help you tremendously be active. We have people that have not been able to have babies, being pregnant. As a matter of fact, a few of our big leaders got pregnant very recently because of the HCG. We have people that have never been able to have a baby, and they're in their 40s now. And they, for the first time in their life, they're pregnant. So it does help you relieve those problems. Now, HCG also, by the way, helps people who have. Give me a.
I think we lost him.
Sorry, go ahead.
I do apologize about that. And the HCG, by taking HCG, will stop that, and it really helps that and relieves that really quickly, and it'll help you like on the very first dose, by the way. So it's very, very cool.
Armand, if you could just repeat what you just said on the last part. Your phone had cut out, so we missed a part of that.
The HCG also will help people who have issues, like for instance, major bleeding through the rectum, and it's sometimes it happens within a lot of people for straininess or whatever it is, hemorrhoids or whatever it is. Using the HCG will stop that, by the way, and that's one of the other effects that it can be used for. So it's really cool.
That is wonderful. And hey, Armand, since we're talking about the HCG, we got a couple of questions regarding fibroid tumors and using HCG, but also after a woman has had a hysterectomy or some type of female surgery of that nature, how is HCG affecting those areas?
You know what? With a thyroid, for instance, we have a lot of people who had those thyroid problems or are on thyroid problems itself and are using the medications for thyroids. And we have a lot of people who have had, for instance, their ovary removed. They are using the HCG. There's no major problem with that because the hormone that we have, the ACG, kind of runs on its own line. For instance, it's almost like we had a freeway of different lines of vehicles, right? And ACG just runs on a particular one that does not put anything else in harm's way. So it's very cool the way it runs. Now, a lot of people who are low in hormones because let's just say they don't have their ovaries, ACG will help them out and regulate a little bit of that. So you will see that effect, and you will see, for instance, menstrual cycles shorten very, very quickly, and it'll be a very thick menstrual cycle also. For instance, it'll be a lot of bright and thick blood, for instance. It will change that, but it will be very quick, and yet it'll be very positive also, you know.
Does it also help women who are affected by menopause or even perimenopause?
No, it does not. It does not help people with menopause.
Okay. Now here's a brand new question. I've not seen this one before. Where are our tea products manufactured? The 9 ingredients, are they manufactured here in the USA, or are they shipped in from another country or another area to be assembled here in the U.S.?
No, everything and every single one of the products that we have, except for the Gano, the Chaga, and the coffees, and the Techui, by the way. Those 3 products are imported in from Malaysia. Okay, that's where we have our manufacturer that we are putting that puts our products together for us. Now, everything else is made here in the United States with within the manufacturers that we've always used that are ours. So it's United States made. So the tea is 100% US made from the ground up.
Wonderful. That's great to know. Made in the USA. Switching gears here on our products, got some fibromyalgia questions that are being asked. What is the best product to use for fibromyalgia? And is Techui a good product to go along with fibromyalgia?
You know what? Give me 1 second. Let me put my wife, who's right now, because that's one of the questions. Well, let me put that aside for right now. Put that aside, Rachel. I'll answer that toward the end. Let me get her to answer that for me.
Great. Thank you so much. And there is one more HCG question. Someone wants to know if they're using HCG and they're already pregnant, can they use HCG during the entire pregnancy?
If it's to maintain the baby, if they had problems before, yes, but not to do the diet. You do not need to do the diet if you are already pregnant. If you do not need if you've never had a problem with pregnancy before, I recommend you don't need no HCG. You don't need nothing really, just the minerals and the vitamins that the doctor will give you, and if you want to add NutriBurst to that, it will be phenomenal.
Awesome. That is great to know. I'm going to turn this back over to IASO Chris. We've got some flag raising that's going on where we've got several people having questions. While he's bringing them on the line, I'm going to go ahead and ask this one last question regarding the IASO oil and eye diseases and acne. How is it best to be used?
Can you repeat that, Raychel? I lost you there with my phone.
Sure. The question is IASO oil and eye diseases along with acne. How is the best way to use the IASO oil when it comes to eye diseases, and how is it best to use the IASO oil when it comes to acne?
Well, as a matter of fact, with the IASO oil to use with acne it's just basically putting it on where the acne is on. You can put it all over, by the way, all over your skin, it'll be very, very well for that also. For the eyes, though, you got to put it around the eyes. And give me 1 second, please, Raychel.
For those of you that are on the phone lines, we haven't forgot about you. We're going to go ahead and get those phone lines open for you here very shortly. We are just getting that set up. So Chris will be giving you some instructions on what to do there.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for being on the call again. Remember, if you guys are on the phone right now, you guys have no way to send a message, you guys can go ahead and raise your flag right there on the raise your flag button. If you guys see it, go ahead and raise your flag, and I will introduce you guys starting with your number. So I will introduce you guys with your number. So it's good to know you got this number, all right? So we'll wait for that question up.
I do apologize about that. I'm trying to get into a better area because it was breaking up and I was afraid I was going to lose you guys. It's if you are using, for instance, you're asking about acne, for an example. With the acne, the oil, it's great and it will help a lot, but yet it's not the only thing that you need. For instance, the people who have acne it's usually problems that there's infection within inside, or there's like it's almost like pus trying to get out of your body. So you gotta disinfect that and then really disintoxicate that. And so the way you do that is you drink the tea. Now, by drinking the tea, and this is the other thing you're going to start noticing, my friends, when you start drinking the tea and you grab those tea bags, you can dip them back into the tea and use them as pads. I would tell people who have acne to use those pads and dab it completely, those tea bags. Dab them on that area where you need that acne to lower down, to stop, you just put it down, and then from there you put the oil on top of that after you finish, and that you will see results very, very quickly.
Thank you, Armand. All right, guys, we're going to start opening questions in from the phone line. That's it, guys. So if you guys go ahead and raise your flag, we'll get to you guys. But starting off here, we have a person here with the ending numbers 3631. That's right, 3631. You are unmute. You guys can go ahead and ask your question now. Anybody number 3631? These are the four last digits, 3631. No? Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and go in with the next one. Armand, meanwhile, I open the next one. I have another question here. Is what do you recommend a meal when you're drinking the tea? What meal do you recommend when drinking the tea?
Repeat that.
What meal do you recommend when drinking the ayaso tea?
When you're drinking the ayaso tea, and you're talking about meal as in eating, you can literally eat what you like. If you're trying to eat well, it's even better. You will lose weight a lot faster using the tea and eating better. But there's no strict diet or a particular diet with the tea itself.
Thank you, Armand. Appreciate it. Well, guys, we have another guy here. Just raise his flag here. Oh, how you doing?
Hello.
Yes, hello. You can go ahead and ask your question.
I don't know if I'm through. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
I just want to know if ayaso tea is good for baldness for someone that have bald head.
For somebody who has baldness, the ayaso oil will help. One, and then the Ganoderma lucidum. By taking a quantity of the Ganoderma lucidum, you will start noticing differences. Now, you gotta also remember that if it's hair loss you're losing now, it could be recuperated. If it's hair loss that you lost years and years and years back, that is a very difficult situation, and it may take a lot of time before you start seeing hair follicles coming back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. If you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I cannot find you. Mute yourself. Go ahead. Another question here, Armand, asked you on as well here on the message. We'll go ahead and get back to the phone calls again right now. Is what product will be recommended for poor blood circulation or nerve damage?
Okay. Yes. Are they taking, the question should be asked, are they taking any blood thinners at all?
I do not see, but they are asking what products do you recommend for poor blood circulation and nerve damage?
Well, the circulation of the blood, by the time you start detoxing, it'll start again to circulate a lot better. Now, the reason I'm asking you about blood thinners is because there's a particular blood thinner you cannot use with Ganoderma lucidum. So you got to be very, very careful because Ganoderma lucidum becomes a blood thinner in its own right. So I do recommend the Ganoderma lucidum itself with the tea to be used together to help to help the blood circulation a lot better. Now, again, if you are using any type of blood thinners, we do need to know which one you're having because there's one in particular that you cannot use, and so along with the Ganoderma lucidum.
Thank you,
Because
Armand.
the Ganoderma lucidum does the exact same thing blood thinners do, by the way, in a natural form.
Perfect. Sounds great. Thank you, Armand. Well, I see somebody as well. Raise your flag. So go ahead, guys. Don't forget, raise your guys' flag, and we'll get to you guys as soon as we can. I have here a person named Giraffe, DRF, as well. He raised his flag. So you go ahead, Giraffe. Are you there? Hello? Can you hear me, Giraffe? All right, we'll go ahead and continue another.
Let's move to the next.
Yes, we have here. Anybody out there has a question? Do you see any, Raychel?
Yes, if you can hear me, there was a question regarding hot flashes. What can a woman do with our products for hot flashes?
Okay, for hot flashes, it's very, very, very simple. Chaga works very well, yet also we always recommend people to take the tea along with the chaga. Now, hot flashes, obviously, is caused, the times of menopause or a lot of different situations that could come because of that. You want to really have your body nutrified. What I mean by that is you really need to have your body with the nutrition you need. For instance, the NutriBurst. Start taking the NutriBurst, start taking the Tichui, and start taking especially the Tichui, by the way, and along that, start taking the Chaga, and you will see a huge difference right away.
Oh, that's awesome. That is really awesome. Armand, there was a question in reference to Strike Up in Love. You knew that one was coming. I'm a fan of the product. So can you just tell us what a great product we have and why it's such a great product?
Well, the reason it's such a great product that people have, you can literally see this, is it's not like, for instance, the Strike Up is not like that blue pill. It's not a Viagra pill. It's not a Visalis pill or one of those men helping pills that are out there, or one of those pills that are in the pharmacies or at the gas stations. It's nothing like that. Those pills are basically, they work using the blood system, rushing blood from the back of your head to the area that you need it to help. And that's the reason most men get huge headaches and migraines using those type of capsules. Now, Total Life Changes, in the Strike Up, is very totally different. It works at a hormone base. It works in a way that it amplifies everything the man feels and the man needs, for instance, at that moment. And what it does help amplify everything in that situation. Now, it's not a capsule that you need to use like you need to take and then 15 minutes later let's get it on. It's not one of those capsules. These capsules, you can literally take it today and it'll work for 72 hours, and it's ready when you are ready for that. If you go to dinner, if you go to a movie, if you're just around the house, nothing's going to happen that's going to make you hide in the house, right? It's going to work when you need it to work. Same as the love. The Ayasa Love, it starts working when for the women in a hormone way. It makes everything also so drastically amplified, for instance, that you will see something different. For instance, the woman, just with the touch alone from the man, the hair will stick up, in the back of their head, in the back of their necks, and the arms. You'll feel those tendencies that you felt the very time you were in love at the very first time, right? Yeah, you will feel those butterflies in your stomach. You will feel a lot of those issues that that you loved before, and it'll just be amplified again to that level. So that's what makes love so tremendous. It'll make that situation. It's hard to speak right now that particular product right now because I don't know if there's kids on the line, but yet the way it works. It works, and it works using your own body. So that's what makes it even more awesome.
Thank you so much for that, Armand. I have many people had inboxed me or text me real quick and said, "Can you please give your testimony?" Would you mind if I go ahead and do that?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Guys, the Strike Up and the Love, they are an amazing product. I didn't think it was going to work at first, and I listened to Armand on a couple of calls, and he explained about the Strike Up and the Love, so I took the plunge, and my husband and I tried it. And of course, after you've been married for a few years, the mood doesn't always strike you all the time. It might be a birthday, an anniversary, and maybe Christmas. However, it doesn't always strike you, and I was the one that wasn't being struck. So, of course, we have a great product out there called Strike Up. Not that my husband needs any help or anything, just to be comfortable with that, but I was the one that needed help. And we tried the product, and of course, when I tried it, I thought, it ain't working. I looked at him, he looked at me. I still said it's not working. I looked at him the third time. Let's just say I got a kiss on the neck and it was just on. Matter of fact, my husband, after 3 days, wanted to literally throw me out the bed in the bedroom, just to be very blunt about it. The product, it works. It's an awesome product. It's the second best-selling product in our company behind the T. And if you haven't tried it, you need to try it at least once. It is just that phenomenal. Thank you so much, Armand. If we have anyone that wants to ask any questions, if you'll go ahead and raise your flag so we can go ahead and unmute your line so that we can let you know what Armand's going to give you your answers on. Don't be afraid. This is an open call on this evening.
And Genevieve, just repeat one thing. When you says is one of those products that the second best-selling product here at Total Life Change, it is. And the beautiful part about it is that no matter who you ask, it's very rare the person that will tell you that they use it, right? It's one of those products that's very concealed, very hidden, but yet, they're out of ship every single. Some people have a weekly out of ship on these products, and so it's very, very. The way it works is very, very cool.
It certainly is. Just looking around to see if we have any other questions. I don't have any flags raised. Chris, do you see any new questions that are coming into the room?
Actually, I do. I actually see right now I'm having a little difficulty, but you can go ahead and ask anybody else. Anybody else has a message out there while we get to the phone calls? Guys can go ahead. I see Fritz 4 just raised her flag. We'll go with that one for now. Let me see. Let me unmute her. Can you unmute her for me? Fritz 4?
Okay. Fritz 4. While we're getting Fritz unmuted, there's a question on what can we use for glaucoma?
The Tichui can be used for glaucoma, and you're going to notice very big results very quickly.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, Fritz, I do believe your line is open for you to go ahead and ask a question.
My program took down, so I missed the answer to the question as to sarcoidosis. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Armand, he's wanting to have the answer to the question that was from earlier for sarcoidosis. We were waiting to get the answer from your wife on that one, if I remember correctly.
Yes, and I'm still waiting for that answer, and I do apologize. I do not want to say anything I do not know about. I'm not that type of person, so I would rather wait for the actual answer so I can relay that answer to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello, and who do we have on the line?
I'm Esther from UK.
Go right ahead,
Um,
Esther, and ask your question.
yeah, I just want to. I have someone asking for this product in Gambia, in the Gambia, and it's not on the list. What can we do about that? Can Gambia be added to the list?
Gambia could be, but we need to first find out. We need to do a test shipment because we want to make sure that you guys do get it, that get the product before we even put that into the list. Because if we put a country that's not available for that, or it gets stopped in along the way, we're just going to have unhappy customers, and we prefer to
Yeah.
make sure we have that. So we'll get that country right now. I'll put that on the list right now. We'll take a look at it and we'll get that taken care of. See how quickly we can get it up.
Yeah. There is a way they get their product according to them. If it's posted to their country, they should put the phone number of the owner and they call them to come and collect at the post office.
Of course, but yet we have to do it through our staff so we can find out where we can track the product that it gets there. So we
Okay,
got to figure out that end.
that's fine.
Okay,
Thank
we have a call from Jacqueline, and let me go ahead and unmute her line there. Okay, Jacqueline, I've got your line unmuted. Can you go ahead with your question? Okay, I don't know if we've lost Jacqueline or not. Chris, do we have another question on the line?
Yes, let me take a look. Let me go through Facebook real quick. Appreciate it, guys. Remember, guys, don't be afraid of sending your message right here on the group chat as well. We'll get to them as much as we can. Appreciate it. This is from, again, doesn't look like we have any more, I guess. But right here is we actually have what it says here. What do you recommend for arthritis?
Arthritis is very simple. Arthritis basically, arthritis with Iaso oil instantly will relieve arthritis pain automatically on where it hurts. No matter where the situation's at, you can put it on your knuckles, you can put it on your hand, you can put it on your knees, you can put it on your shoulders, you can put it anywhere arthritis hurts at that moment. Now, that is part one. That is a temporary cure for instance, the moment, the pain relief at that moment. The actual, to help you, relieve that for a long run is for you to start taking chaga. And the chaga will help you, especially with arthritis, relieve you of all that pain, little by little. It's in a slower pace, but yet, meanwhile, you're using the oil to relieve it instantly. So it's, it'll take very short time and you'll get that going and they'll get that relief perfectly.
Thank you, Armand. Appreciate it. Well, we have somebody that just raised your flag here. We have Tracy. Tracy Nevels. You are on mute. Can you hear us? Tracy,
repeat that, Chris?
I said we have here Tracy Nevels. She just raised her flag. Can you hear us, Tracy? No, it looks like she has a problem with her mic. Well, Tracy, if you still have a question, go ahead and send us a message through the group chat. Appreciate it, guys. Armand, we have a question here concerning about the new 2015 products. Is there any upcoming 2015 products that we should be concerned?
No, not at all. I feel no concerns for any of the products. I think everybody, the products that we have right now, and they're being built right now for Total Life Changes, are being created in a manner that they're going to flow very quickly. And I think you guys are going to love them, every single one of them. We have, for instance, a resolution that's coming out that's just going to be a phenomenal product. I think it's a multi-billion-dollar product that you're going to see blowing out, blowing out of pockets everywhere. It's just going to be amazing the way the growth levels are going to be on that. We also have a few coffees coming out that are the different flavors, which I also believe they're going to be very tremendous in growth, the way they're going to be at. Now, any other products that you guys are waiting for, like for instance, like the garments, for an example, those are per customer. I would tell you because I can't tell you much about the garments since I don't use a garment. And people who use garments, I believe, that will use the garments. So it's going to be one of those. So I think everybody's going to be a very positive field in 2015 for growth, and I think everybody's going to be very happy at the end all around.
Thank you, Armand. Appreciate it. Rochelle, do you see any more questions out there? Rochelle? Looks like somebody had a mic on. Sorry about that, guys. Anybody else out there got a question? Thank you guys for being on the call, being so patient. There's so many questions out here, so we gotta go through every single one of them.
I got a question here. It says, what can I use for glaucoma?
Glaucoma. Armand, are you there?
Yes. So glaucoma, like again, is the chewy. It'll work very well, and the chaga along with it. You will see a very big difference. Now, I would recommend the tea. If whatever I say, for instance, if I say chaga or I say any other product, always use the tea along with it. But for glaucoma, what it's Gano, and especially the chewy is the number one product for glaucoma. The chewy, you use Gano or you use chaga. If you can use both, even better. You're going to start seeing results very quickly.
Thank you, Armand. Appreciate it. A question here in the group chat asking, how many drops of the resolution should one take?
We're recommending 15 drops 3 times a day. Just very different. But some people are going to feel, if they feel a little sick, for instance, if you see a little nauseous or you feel a little dizzy, then you can knock it back a couple drops, for instance, to 10 to see how that works for you. But most people, I believe, 15 will be perfectly fine. And the results that we've seen with the 15 drops have been tremendous. Weight loss has been marvelous. People losing weight with the resolution that they couldn't lose weight, not even with the ACG, because of habits that they've had before, or just having those moments where you have to have that chocolate, you have to have that sugar, you have to have that bread. And when people are in that predicament, it's very hard, even for ACG or even for any other diets, to work very well with them. That's what makes resolution a little different. It stops those tendencies from coming up forward, and really, tremendous results are coming out of it. As a matter of fact, let's see here. Raychel, I sent you a bottle of the resolution. How's it going for you?
Can you hear me okay, Armand?
Perfectly.
Okay, great. It is awesome. I started just this past Monday. I've been doing the 750 to 1200 calorie diet, or eating plan, more or less, not really a diet. I have literally lost 5 pounds since Monday. It's been amazing, and it hasn't been hard at all. I'm really excited because I did do the HCG in 2 cycles, and now the resolution, and I'm just literally amazed at what's going on with it.
Phenomenal. So we're going to have a Raychel Small Barbie walking around. Fantastic.
Ooh, I'll take that all day long. Hey, Armand, I'm sorry, we do have Draft who has a question. I'm going to go ahead and unmute. Draft, your line is now unmuted. Draft, go ahead. Okay, I think we might have lost Draft. There is a question that someone does have. What is the difference between the HCG and the resolution?
It's very simple. ACG is ran on the hormone ACG, so it affects your body, making your body think you are pregnant. And that's the reason that when you have a low intake in calories, to defend the fetus that you have within you, if your body believes it has in you, it sends fat reserves of energy, which is like fat reserves that we have. It may convert it to food for that baby. Yet we are the ones who take it and eat it and fulfill the calorie intake that we need. For instance, if your body needed 3,000 calories and you only ate 500, the rest of the calories that you would need would come from the fat reserves that we have within. That's why people lose 1 to 2 pounds a day with the ACG. Now, the resolution is very different. Resolution has the fat burning qualities that the ACG does. It does have a quality that will extend your metabolism and make your metabolism work perfectly. It will also help your glands to produce to produce the feeling of being full over again that we've taken out. So that takes that care of that, and what it does. Bring down the cycle of the fat reserves to zero, so you don't get that rebound with the weight coming back with the resolution. Now, the beautiful part about the resolution, the way it works, is that it stops you from eating sugars, from you eating breads, from eating anything that really makes you gain weight, and that's the key point. I mean, if you really look at it this way, if you forget about using the resolution, but you stop eating sugars, you stop eating breads, and you stop eating deep fried foods, you're going to lose weight, right? And now add the resolution that's going to take that hunger away also, and it make you stop eating as much. And and add that to it. It's just a dominant force for you to lose the weight you've been wanting to lose. And that's what makes this special too. I mean, we're going to keep selling both of the products, and I think they're all individually powerful in their own right. But resolution, I think, is going to be something totally different, because a lot of people who've had problems before with the weight loss, or with any weight loss regimen, for instance, either it was shakes, or it was ACG, or it was capsules, or it was just a regular diet and hitting the gym. What you're going to notice with the resolution is that it doesn't prevent you from doing anything you want or eating what you want. It's just your body is not going to want it. See what I'm talking about? So it's going to be very cool in the way it works. It just, I mean, I love it. I think it's, I mean, you guys are going to start seeing some photographs coming out of myself with the product also. And you know what? Just from last week to today, I mean, I can see the difference, and it's just phenomenal. And I think for a month from now, I'm just going to look phenomenal, even greater, the way my physical appearance is going to be. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm really excited because I'm one of those people who've been in diets and been in diets and been in diets and been in diets, and obviously I've lost a lot of weight. You guys see my pictures at 425 pounds, and to now. But yet I've gained weight back a little bit here, a little bit there, lost a little bit of weight. And I kind of been, at one point kind of juggling the weight. Why? Because, I have those bad habits that most people have. I love food. I love the breads. I love the cakes. I love, the stuff. And that's what I can see it, harming me. And now using the resolution, it's been a total different effect because I don't want it. And it's not because I don't want it, because if I look at it, it gets me that feeling of disgust in me. It feels my stomach doesn't feel comfortable just looking at it, not even taking it or just smelling it. So it makes it very different when you start training your body to not want those particular products that are going to affect you in a negative way in your weight. So resolution is going to be a huge bomb. I mean, it's going to explode in the marketplace where you are going to make a lot of money. And people are going to have great effects. People are going to have great results. And I think a lot of people are going to be fathom on the way this stuff works, because it's just tremendous, man. It just I to the day I'm so happy we have it. I'm so ecstatic that the Total Life Changes is the only company that can have this product, because it's just our own proprietary product. Nobody else will have this, and that is even more special, because no matter who or what people are selling out there, if they want resolution, they have to go to resolution. There's not like, people selling a shake. If you want a shake, you can get shakes from 24, 26 different companies out there. If you want to get ACG, there's some fake ACGs out there. People try to compare against our ACG. It's not the real deal. Ours is the real deal. But yet, when we have this product, nobody can compare against it. And that makes it a powerful tool in your arsenal for growth in your business.
Thank you, Mom. Appreciate
wonderful.
it.
I do have a question in from Facebook, Chris. Someone wants to know, we say that our products are all natural, and we also talk about them being organic. Is there a difference between being natural and organic, or are all of our products completely organic?
No, there is a difference. Natural just means they come from natural, like natural plants, natural earth. Organic means it goes a step a little bit further. Organic means those plants are grown organically with no chemicals, no nothing else added to them. Not all our products are fully organic. As a matter of fact, the NutriBurst right now that we have is about we're about to launch a second NutriBurst, and we're looking into really running something that's pretty cool. That's a completely organic, 100% organic all the way through. I'm talking about the greens. I'm talking about the vitamins. I'm talking about even the vitamins, the way where we pull those vitamins from, with those minerals from, they're completely organic. Like right now, the plants we have within the NutriBurst are organic. A lot of the minerals we have are organic, but yet we can't vouch for a lot of the vitamins and a lot of the minerals or a lot of the enzymes that we have in there, where they come from. So right now with the new product, it's going to be labeled and stamped 100% organic throughout everything. So it's going to make it a lot more special. Plus, we're adding chaga to the NutriBurst, so it's going to be even better. I think it's going to be a tremendous product to move for a lot of people.
That is awesome. Here's a question from Carolyn Benjamin. What can she use for glaucoma?
For glaucoma, again, the Tichui is the best way to go. The Tichui, using the tea and using Gano or Chaga, I would push them toward both. But if they have to pick one, they can go for the Gano at this instance. But you will see a big difference right away.
Great. We do have another question from our chat line. They are literally lining up, Ramon. Let me see. Michael Bradford wants to know, what are the instructions? Oh, excuse me, we've already answered that one. I'm sorry. When will the beautiful You garments be available? And that question is from Michelle Bradford.
Well, we have several containers coming right now already in ships, so we should have them by February. I think with the Houston event should be maybe and it wasn't meant to be around the Houston event, by the way. But the launch of the garments actually to ship, and it should be around that same time. It could be before, it could be after, but we're looking right now, depending on when the landing of the containers.
Wonderful. Here's another great question regarding our newest product that's coming out. They want to know what the ingredients are in the ISO resolution, or are they private just for our company at this time?
At the moment, they're private. We're trying to keep it that way, and that's the reason we are taking a little more time with the resolution. We're supposed to come out with it the last week of December, but where lawyers are going through it and what our labels are looking at before we print our labels, and that is really what has been detaining us from releasing it right now. So it all depends on what our lawyers say, what we can do and we can't. What we do not want is to release really the recipe of it to the world, so other companies can start manufacturing it themselves. So we want to keep it as private as possible, because it's a product that's going to work tremendously. As a matter of fact, it's a product not only for weight loss, but it's for maintenance. For instance, let's just say you are at the weight level that you want to be, and you get a little antsy when you see cake or you see chocolate or you go to a birthday party or whatever it is. You can take these drops before you get to that party, and you'll be fine throughout the party. So it's one of those maintenance products that you can always carry in your purse, and it's going to be phenomenal, because it's not only meant for weight loss, it's also, I think the majority of the people are going to use it, it's for maintenance, just to maintain themselves at a certain level, and really not to have those urges that people have as a human nature.
That is great. I mean, it's really taking away what we don't really need and giving us everything we want. There is a question, is the resolution also organic?
Yes, it is. We are trying to have, and I'm not going to say yes, a complete 100%, because out of the ingredients that we have, as far as I know, yes, they are. We will label it as soon as the lawyers go through all the products that are inside of it and see everything, and they can actually stamp it with the um, with the organic association. If they can stamp it organic, then we can go forward with that. If not, we're just going to sell it as is.
Wonderful. And this is a twofold question. I've got one from Michelle Bradford and the other one from Carla. Michelle wants to know, is there an exercise regimen with the resolution? And Carla would like to know, when will it be available for the consumer market?
As soon as it's out, it will be available for the consumer also. It'll be probably a month or two after for other countries, for instance, that are not within the United States, Canada, or even probably Mexico will have to hold for a month. Yet, exercise-wise, if you love to exercise, go right ahead and exercise all you want with the product, with Resolution. The beautiful part about Resolution is that it does permit you to do the exercise you want to, and it will help you reach that weight goal a lot faster. Now, here's the key to Resolution. If you do feel a little dizzy doing exercises or doing a exercise regimen, the one you like to do, for instance, it's a Zumba, or is it dancing, or is it running or jogging? It all depends on you. Everybody's different. If you do cardio or whatever it is, if you are burning calories, now you're burning more calories than your intake is, then it could cause you to feel a little dizzy throughout the day. If you do feel a little dizzy, just add calories to your eating situation, what you are doing at the moment. It could be from 750 to 1,200. It could go plus some, depending on what you're doing. And so if you're burning over the calorie intake that makes you feel a little dizzy, just add more calories to your diet, and you will feel fantastic. So it works in that way, and it's very adjustable. So it's one of those diets that it's very adjustable to your tendencies. So people will be very happy to it.
Wonderful. Is there anyone who cannot take the ISO resolution?
At this moment, no. There's nobody that cannot take it. Everybody can take the ISO resolution. As a matter of fact, I had my son, who was 11 years old. He was taking it for a while. They had some nice results during those time. He was losing about a pound a day. Was not doing a diet, by the way, so it kind of spooked me, because no diet, and yet he was still losing. So to me, it was pretty awesome. We've had a couple girls who were 13 using them, one 13 and one that was, I believe, 8 that used it just to see what the effect was on it. We didn't see anything negative yet. Again, on the bottle, it will say for not for the use of anybody underneath 18 for legal reasons. We do not have any results that are negative with anybody using it. Yes, it is a brand new product, so I guess we will see results as we go along with it. So we're happy to see it.
Great. Here's a question from Facebook. What do you recommend for someone who has cataracts?
Somebody with cataracts, definitely you need to use the tea. The tea is one. The chaga is the other that you need to start using. Now, and the tichui would be phenomenal. And the ayaso oil around the eyes. It all depends on the person. But the major ones is the chaga, the tea. That's a definite must-have for somebody with cataracts.
Thank you for that. What product would you especially recommend for anyone who has or is suffering from dementia, or even maybe on early onset of Alzheimer's?
NutriBurst always. NutriBurst it works at a cellular level. The product that it fulfills a lot of the missing minerals that your brain cells need. And that's the beginning part, like let's just say Alzheimer's, or not even that. A lot of people who've had, let's just say, a stroke or an effect like that. The NutriBurst is the way to go with that. You will need the tea, the NutriBurst. If you can add chaga to it, even better. But the NutriBurst is the head honcho there.
Okay, thank you for that. Here is a question. Are there any age restrictions on our products as far as their use? For instance, can a 75-year-old woman drink our tea?
The tea can be used by anybody who can eat. So that means if it's 105, 125, if it's 75, if it's 2 months, if somebody can eat, they can use the tea. It literally, it's very suave in your body, and it helps you relieve a lot of the toxins that people have and build up within. So the tea can be used at any time and any age. Legally, again, on a lot of our products, we need to put the for legal reasons, lawyers make us put this announcement says for not for anybody at the end of the age of 18, nobody pregnant, nobody nursing. Those are stuff that we have to put in every single product, and everybody has to do it, no matter if it's GNC, no matter if it's Herbalife, or no matter if it's us. If it's something that everybody has to put on now, everybody can pick and choose what they need to do or what they need to use personally, and at the situation they need to use it personally. For instance, somebody at 75 using the tea, you know what, they need the tea at that point. That's when enzymes are not working the way and digestive enzymes are not working the way they should be in their body because the age factor. Their bodies are not working the same. That's why a lot of them use laxatives at that age or other products like that. This is more suave than that. So I believe that anybody over 65, 75, even 95, even over 100, if there's people alive, should be on the tea because it really will extend their life period.
Awesome. We've got a couple of questions coming in from Facebook. Yesenia says she would like to know what is the best product for eczema.
Eczema is the best product for that would be the tea and using the ayasa oil. And on top of that, the guano and the chaga. Now, the reason I tell you the guano and the chaga, because the guano will literally capsulize that from their skin, from showing up on their skin. Because eczema usually looks like dry skin in areas, and it kind of shells up for some people. It depends on how bad it is, and or the itch on it would be depending on the person and the situation. Some people it expands once they start getting nervous or they start getting let's just say they're getting either nervous or the situation is it's a very tough situation at the moment. A lot of thinking is going on. A lot of worriness is going on. A lot of times people get a lot of, especially with eczema, they get a lot of itch. They get a lot of hard skin or a lot of flakiness. So what would really work, and if anybody has eczema, and if you can do this, you will love it. Take the guano capsules. And don't take 1 or 2. Take 4, twice a day at the minimum. So 8 capsules a day. Or if you can't, take 12 a day for that period that it feels like you need it. Now, take the tea. But this is the step I'm going to tell you to go a little further than that. Take the ayasa oil and put it in that area. But yet, throughout the day, that really itches or really has that problem with the flakiness. But now put a petri dish, add some ayasa oil, add a couple of capsules of the chaga or the guano, whichever you have, it doesn't matter which one, and then mix it and make a paste out of it. And then add it to the areas, put that paste on top of the areas that have that eczema showing, or that that you have it hurting the most, or it's itching the most. Or it's affecting you the most, and put it down and just cover yourself up with this stuff and let it dry. What you're going to end up finding is that once it dries and it flakes off, not only your skin's going to feel that smoother, not only are you going to feel that better, but the effect of the eczema will be a lot less throughout days. And then just use the ayasa oil throughout those other periods when you do need it, or you feel that urge or that itch that comes on. These products are awesome. And the more you use, especially the tea, again, dab the tea bags on top of it before you even put the paste on it with the ayasa oil in the guano cap. Add that to it. You will see an effect that's just tremendous. And you will see an effect within the week that you're going to fall in love with.
And I know that to be true because I used it myself, and it is wonderful. Here's a question for you, Armand. Rita Jackson would like to know, do you know if the people that purchase product in Kingston, Jamaica will be subject to custom charges?
I do not know I do not know that exactly. There are some countries that will have some custom charges depending on the product cost or what the taxes are for importing, depending on the country. Um, That's a great question, and I would love to have answered that with a more definition on it. But it all depends on the person. I think the only way to find out is once somebody receives the product, what happens? Will they get the product directly to their door, or will they get charged and have them come down and pay for the tax before they get it? I do not know that, so I would not be able to answer that 100%.
Thank you for that honest answer. Taiwanki Seegers would like to know, why is it that in our back office we're not able to order the 26-day weight loss kits anymore? Again, that's part of the packaging that we were putting together. And the reason we took it down is for that reason. I think they're going to go back up, by the way. But we wanted to add those to the new packages. So you're going to start noticing some new packages start showing up in the back office. Do not fear because some of those packages are not there. They will come back. We're making them better, and we're adding better things to it, and we want to make it more alive for a lot of distributors to grab, and make it better for a lot of distributors to build with. So that's where we're going with that. Wonderful. We've got 3 more questions, and then we're going to have Tracy Nevels, too, to ask her question. The first one is, a customer experienced extreme diarrhea using the tea. It seems like she wasn't eating enough, but can you explain what might be causing that extreme diarrhea?
Extreme
and that question
diarrhea.
came from Carla.
Yeah, the extreme diarrhea usually is caused when you have what's called when your intestines are pinched at the corner. For instance, usually when we have, remember we were talking about the sludge before, when you have so much sludge within you, sometimes in your colon, your large intestine will fold almost like instead of going instead of going up and over to the opposite side of your body, it will kind of pinch at the corners and it'll come down like a U. And when those corners are pinched, and when you see those extreme diarrheas, the only recommendation I can give you is start drinking the tea warm or hot, and start drinking it even concentrated if you can. It will hurt maybe for the week or not past that week, or you may have some pains, but that's only because that sludge is trying to get through that pinched corner. Once it goes through that pinched corner, your fecal matter will be exactly the way it should be. It will not be diarrhea no more. It would not be anything else. It will just run. The reason you're getting the diarrhea because only the liquids are going through at this moment. And when the liquids are going through, that's what you're seeing. And since it's going through and the liquids are going through and kind of going by the fecal matter, it's looking like diarrhea, but it really is not diarrhea. So do not fear that. The tea will not cause diarrhea, real diarrhea. It will get you the liquid form that you see at this moment, but yet all you need to do is keep on with the tea, keep on, and at one point you're going to see like a hose when you pinch the corner and you stop the liquid from coming through and you let go of that pinch corner, you're going to go to the restroom like you've never gone before, but you're going to feel so great after that. And that's what the tea is about.
Thank you for that. Also, while we're talking about the tea, Armand, can you tell us what the shelf life is for the ISO tea?
The tea right now, the shelf life for that is about 2 years.
Is that in the refrigerator or out on the counter?
No. That 2 years without having it being prepared. If you prepared it should last about a week on the counter or less, depending on the weather situation is where you live. Or in the refrigerator, it should last about a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Wonderful. And Roderick from the UK would like to know, what do you recommend for prostate cancer?
Again, anything to do with the big C, which is cancer. Obviously, is the chaga and the Ganoderma lucidum, because they've been so documented to help in that situation. Now, if you are looking like prostate cancer per se, there are, and people hate to hear this, but there are rectal washes you can do. You can go to any pharmacy and get you a what is called a hot water bag, and really put these capsules, with a little hot water. You can even use black coffee, for instance, of the Gano coffee that we have, just the black, and put that in there, and literally do a rectal wash, and you find out that it'll help them tremendously, especially that.
Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and open the line up for Tracy Nevels. Tracy, are you there?
I am.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
What would you recommend for chronic dry eye? And also, if I have a customer that has been drinking the tea for a week and has not seen any detoxing, what would you recommend, or what would cause that?
Well, number one, the dry eye. I love to use the tea bags. Remember those tea bags we have? Get some of the tea and kind of drop like a droplet. Just drop. Make sure your hands are clean, by the way. And anything you're doing with your eyes, make sure your hands are very sterile, very clean. But use the tea bags almost like an eyedropper. And just look up, open your eye, and start dropping some. You're going to start noticing some great effects to that. Now, you can also use the Ayasa oil around the eye, and the way it works, it's going to be tremendous, especially helping that dry eye. About the tea, and there's a gentleman that has not seen an effect with the tea for a week. I will tell you, number one, I would tell you he has not drank the tea. He has not. A lot of people claim they have, and they have not seen an effect. You know that most people who drink the tea, and I'm saying most because there are the few that they may have or may feel they did not work in the first week, but yet most people, the very first time you drink it, you will feel an effect with the product. It works today, not tomorrow. It doesn't work a week from now. It doesn't work 2 weeks from now. The tea works today on every single person. People who usually say it has not done nothing, one, did not prepare it correctly, or two, has not drank it at all and is afraid to drink it, and is just telling you that as an excuse not to drink it. And I've seen that many, 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 many times.
Thank you so much for that, Armand. Here's a question for you. Switching over to skincare, what product would you recommend for black circles and leaky capillaries, and what do you feel are best skincare products?
Repeat the question one more time, please.
Sure. What product do you recommend for black circles and leaky capillaries, and what is our best-selling skincare product?
The best-selling skincare product will be the Ayasa oil. 100%, it works automatically there. Now, I would tell you automatically that using the Ayasa oil, you'll see those dark circles go away. Yet, using the Gano internally will definitely make them go away. Now, if you were looking at the other skin products that we have, like the Ayasa Ojos, which is eyes, the eye cream, and then the Ayaso Sol, which is the day cream, they work tremendously also. But you have to start using them on a very, very daily basis. So the more you use it, the better it's going to get on that. But you will see the effect if you use the Gano internally and the Ayaso oil. You'll see an effect right away. The number one skincare product that we have is the Ayasa oil. And I'll tell you one thing, the Ayasa oil is one of those products that I would carry in my bag every single day, because you run into people that have arthritis problems, inflammation problems, pain somewhere. And if you just put a couple drops on their hand and it takes their pain away, trust me, they're going to buy. They want to know what it is. They want to know what it's about. It's a recruiting tool like you've never seen before, exactly like the tea is. So those are the two products I will always carry with me all the time.
Great. Can you answer this question? Is Resolution safe to use with high blood pressure?
Yes, it is. It works in a different way than the blood pressure. Resolution, in many ways, will help the blood pressure regulate as is they are losing weight. Remember, a lot of the cause for high blood pressure is weight on every person. So you will start seeing the effect. You will start seeing it better. Now, anybody with high blood pressure, I do recommend the Gano caps. Automatically, you should be on them tremendously. The Gano caps will help you regulate that pressure automatically. So you should be on that. And then the Resolution afterwards.
Wonderful. Can you recommend the best products to use for depression and poor blood circulation or nerve damage?
For depression, the product for depression, I think, would be mostly NutriBurst. NutriBurst, nutrition. A lot of people who are depressed is just a lack of minerals. It's lack of minerals within their stem cells or their brain cells that they have. So they need the nutrition factor. They need the detox. I would recommend you to go to the chaga at that point because of the antioxidants that are on it. Other than that, I think that would work. Now, for the nervous system, the ayasa oil, the chaga will work, and the Ghana will work. You can pick and choose which ones you want, but I think if you mix and match, I think it'll be even better.
Wonderful. Are we going to be coming out with a new, any larger bottles of IASO oil?
You know, that is something that we've been talking about in corporate. We do love the IASO oil. It is moving very quickly around the world. And people are asking for the larger bottles. We've kept it down to that size because the traveler size, and a lot of people travel. A lot of people want it in their bag, and we don't want customs or anywhere, especially around the United States, to take those big bottles away. So we're looking, and I think that is something we may see in 2015: is larger bottles of IASO oil.
There will be a lot of happy folks for that. Here is a question. Does TLC have any plans possibly to come out with an oral care line? That's from Miss Angela Tinson.
Can you define oral care?
Like toothpaste, dental floss, mouthwash.
Okay. Yes, we were looking into it earlier. We are looking right now into the best toothpaste possible. Those are one of the products we were looking into. Shampoo also, with the Ganoderma lucidum already in it, the product in chaga. So those are products that we may not see in 2015, but I think by the beginning of 2016 we may have it rolling strong.
Wonderful. Tracy Nevels wants to know, can you put the moisturizer and makeup on top of the IASO oil?
The IASO oil is one of those products that is not even greasy. It really absorbs into your skin very quickly. So if you wait till it absorbs into your skin and then put the makeup or whatever you want to put on afterwards, I think it'd be perfectly fine.
That's really helpful for us women who like to do the makeup thing. Angela Tinson would like to know, what are the ingredients in the Strike Up and the Love?
That's a fantastic question. Off the top of my head, and since I'm not near a computer right now, it's very tough for me to tell you because I don't memorize every single one. As I've told a lot of people, I'm not, everything we know from just from experience. We're not doctors, we're not scientists, and a lot of the big words, a lot of big names on these products, they're very hard to remember. So I can't really answer that off the top of my head.
We'll make sure that we get that to her at some point in time in the future. Armand, here's a great question regarding compensation. Let me see if I can phrase it right. They're asking, what do you recommend, or what can we say, especially if you are a new rep, to get people interested in not only the tea, or do you tell them about 5 products, or do you tell them about the compensation plan? What would you recommend?
Well, if you follow, for instance, like the 5 steps to success that I've always given out to everybody, I I tend not to talk about the comp plan at the get go because most people, even though we have the best comp plan, by the way, and we know that hands down, nobody can compete. I mean, I designed this comp plan to really destroy every other comp plan that's out there, and nobody can catch to it. So there's nobody out there that's going to be able to catch up to that. So I know we have the best comp plan now. Why do I speak about the products first? Because I have a belief system that I believe that millionaires are made out of retention, not not recruiting and not bringing masses in to the business. It's built on retention. How many people you can retain buying the product over and over and over again. See, now knowing that fact, if you look at the business opportunity and you are going to present to somebody what you have, I say it's better to make somebody fall in love with the product first and then the business than the business first, then the product. Why? Because if somebody falls in love with the business plan first and then the product, it's very easy for them, if they didn't work out for them, to leave the company and leave using the products and stop using the products at all. Now, if you make them fall in love with the product and then introduce them to the business plan that we have, not only will they fall in love with the business plan, let's just say it didn't work out for them in the business plan, they will continue on using the products because they fell in love with that. See, that's what's positive, and that creates retention, and retention creates millionaires. So that's what we're looking for at the Most Run. Now, what would I always recommend? I would always go after the T first. I would always say my famous phrase that you guys see in T-shirts everywhere. People have put it on T-shirts, people have put it everywhere, which is you go. Do you know anyone that would love to lose 5 pounds in 5 days for $10 a week, guaranteed, for the product that's so organic, even a 5-month-old can use it? If you just said that phrase, people will tend to want to try it. If they try the tea, they're going to fall in love with the tea. If they fall in love with the tea, then after they know the tea works, you can get them to now find out more about other products to upsell them, or you can tell them about the comp plan, and then they will fall in love with the comp plan, and they're there 100%, and you can grow the business 100%.
That's wonderful. Here's another question. It has to do with actually compensation. There's a new system out there that some of our teams are using, and people are asking whether or not we should actually buy into these lead capturing systems, or do you think just leaving that alone and just really building it face-to-face is better?
I'll be very honest with you. There's many out there. There's many lead capture pages. There's many people who buy, they buy leads and other stuff like that. I never believed in them personally. I mean, I know a lot of people and a lot of distributors that has worked for them, which Godspeed. If they worked for you, fantastic. But in my personal situation, it has never worked for me. Always face-to-face has worked faster. Getting on the phone call with a person, getting on front face-to-face, doing one-on-ones. I've always been a person-to-person person. So it's kind of like people telling me, are you a online marketer or are you a network marketer with person-to-person? I'm always going to be that person-to-person guy. I can make some good money doing online marketing, but I'm not good at it. So I can't tell you that I'm a phenomenal guy there. I can tell you how I can do what I can do, person to person. Now, talking about the lead generations, I've known a lot of people who created them, and the funny part about lead capturing pages and stuff like that is usually the people who own the pages or the leaders or even the companies that own the pages, they will retain the best opportunities to get those people first before even the distributor does. And I think that hurts a lot of people. Now, I'm not against it. That's what I feel. And that's just a personal opinion. You know what? And like I said before, I'm not here to burst any bubbles or to hurt anybody, but that's the way I feel about that. And And if there's anybody out there using them and it's working for them, perfect. You know what? Use them. If it works for you, use it. If it doesn't work for you, you know what? Look for a better way to do it. I think there are other ways to capture, people's attention, especially with the product, using the tool that God gave us, which is our mouth. If we get out there and talk to people, people will listen.
Absolutely. We do have a question regarding the love. Will it help with, and specifically talking about the female, with dryness?
Yes, and it'd be amazing. You'd be amazed how well it works with a lot of people. Now, I can't get too graphic. Again, I don't know who's on the call, if there's any children listening, so I don't want to get too graphic with that. But as I said before, it amplifies everything a woman feels or needs at that moment, especially if it's something with if there's dryness, that's going to go away because the capsule will definitely make that happen. I don't know how to go more cleaner than that. Jeez. So let's just jump that. But everybody gets what I'm saying.
It works.
Absolutely. Here is a question. How much chaga, I know you've talked about the chaga a lot this evening, how much chaga or how many should you take for arthritis?
For arthritis pain, is just take the normal amount. You can take, 2, 3 a day will be fine. As long as you're taking that. Use the oil on the hands while that's working inside of you. But you will see results very quickly, and that's just tremendous. The way I love it.
Thanks for that, Armand. Again, switching gears just a little bit. You've got a lot of new people who are joining, and Team USA themselves are just blowing up, and we're just blowing up all over the world. Many people are asking, how do you actually present in a business meeting or a business opportunity? Because you really don't want to basically give out too much, but you don't want to give out too little. Do you have any suggestions for that?
Well, I can tell people that the way I would do it, and again, this is my personal opinion. Again, everybody has their different business styles, and I don't want to step over anybody, but yet I do believe that most people who are coming down to listen to a opportunity meeting are not, most people do not know what a binary is or what network marketing is per se. Most people, it's new to them. And to a lot of people, that can confuse a lot of people. So you got to talk and you got to speak about what they will know, what they will say. I can do that. And what's that? I always tell people, talk about the 50-50-50 plan, 3 50s. 50-50-50 plan. What's the 50-50 plan? It's the way I would do a comp plan. For instance, it'll take me 5 minutes to do a comp plan with you. Basically, I will come up and I'll say, hey, Raychel, let's talk about business. We have a comp plan right now that you can earn 50% of every single customer commission that comes in. Anybody who buys a product, and they'll buy a product for the same cost as you and me, and you will make 50%. For instance, just imagine people buying that $40 worth of tea that you just tried, and you're making $20 every time they try it. That's the 50% margin you have in customer commission. Now, what makes that special is that this, Raychel, if you get only 5 people a day to try the product, 5 days a week, you're making $500 extra in your pocket just doing that 50% commission. That's real cool. Now, you can also, everybody you introduce into the company, you will make a 50% fast start bonus. What this means is if every person you introduce that wants to do the business, not just buy, everybody who's buying, you're making 50% commission on, but everybody who wants to join the business and do the business, you're earning 50% of their the business builder pack. What that means is that if they come in with $1,500, you're making $750 right off. So will $750 help you 1 week? Definitely. So let's just say you get 2 a week. That's $1,500. Let's just say you get 3 or 4 a week. That's $3,000. How many of these people can you find a week that can just get into the business plan and you're making 50% fast start bonus? Now, the other 50. The other 50 basically means that every single one of those people who joined the business and is working, whatever they build or whatever they're earning in the residual income share of it, you will always make a 50% check match bonus to whatever they make. If that person makes $100 a week, you make $50 a week check match bonus. If the other person makes $200, you make $100 check match bonus. If the other person makes $1,000, you make $500 check match bonus of that person also. So the more people you have in the business, the more people you will earn a 50% check match bonus. Now, let me put this into perspective, Raychel. If you bring in 1,000 people by the end of the year that are in the business, and if each of them are making just $40, the minimum, a week, you're making $20,000 a week, just 50% check match bonus of each one of those. That's $20 of each of those $40. So I would just talk about that 50-50-50 plan. That's it. Now, if you guys all there on the call right now, if you would have heard somebody say, you can earn 50% of every single sale you make. You can make 50% of everybody you recruit into the business. And you can make 50% of whatever they make for life. Isn't it a business that you can do? Yes. Isn't it a business that is interesting? Yes. Isn't it a business that anybody, no matter what their experience, can do? Yes. And that's what you want. You want to make it so simple that everybody can make the decision to do the business. Now, the binary and the structure and all that other stuff, can come, can come in a training like a Super Saturday or a leaders training that you guys can have one day, and you can show them how to build the binary and the system and the wealth part of the business. But yet that's training afterwards, because if we start talking to all the new people that don't know nothing about binaries, man, you're going to scare a lot of people away, and that's what I don't want. That's the reason I have 100% recruitment rate, because every person they put in front of me, I only speak about what they would know. That's it. If I know it's a big leader and he knows about binaries, then I talk about the binary. If I know it's just people coming in off the street, and guess what? You know what? We're going to talk about their invites of our distributors. We're going to talk about 50-50-50 plan. And the cool thing about it is that you see how fast I did it right now? We talked about the 50-50-50 plan in less than 2 minutes. Now imagine if I embellished a little bit more and stretch that to about 15 minutes. That's all the plan takes, 15 minutes at the most. Did that help you?
That is wonderful. Definitely. They're saying yes. I got a text back saying yes. Miss Tracy Nevels has a question for you. We're going to unmute her line for you here. Go ahead, Tracy. Tracy, are you with us? Okay, I'm not sure why we're not able to hear her. There is a question that we've just received on a text, and it has to do with our training materials. They would like to know, is there a training manual with all of the product information, benefits, and features that will be put out by the company?
Yes, we do have them, but they're not open in the United States for them. And the reason is because obviously the moment we start saying these things within the United States, there's claims that are attached to it, and we can't do that. Now, we are creating all these forms and everything with IASA Live. We're creating a brand new website right now as we're speaking with a lot more information, where these calls also, like the Q&A calls, will be put up question by question. So it'll be a question and answer, just a particular question, so you don't have to listen through the whole Q&A again. Stuff like that, we're putting it together right now, where you will have almost like a manual where how you can speak about the products, what you can say about the product, and how you can say about what you can say about the products exactly. You know, these products, there's no lie about these products. These products work, and they work today for a lot of people. And you know what? They work for every single person that tries them. Yet, again, you have to be very careful on how you say it, you know, and what you say and how you say things, because people can get in trouble very quickly here in the United States with the claim factor.
So much for that, Armand. We're going to try and open Tracy's line up for her again. Tracy, you can go ahead with your question.
I'm sorry, Rachel, I didn't have another question.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Armand, there is a question from a text. A distributor would like to know, she actually is making a suggestion, when the product kits are actually sent out, the initial orders, is there a way that the company can also send maybe some IASO sample cups for a customer to keep that we can also sell in those packages? She's saying it helps a little bit more with marketing.
Like sample cups, as in like the coffee cups and stuff like that?
Like a coffee cup or a plastic drinking cup where they can put their tea in and make that on a daily basis or carry it with them on a daily basis.
If you go to your back office, we do have for sale a lot of containers with the logos and like tea containers, coffee containers, different stuff that you can wash and reuse over and over and over again. We do have coffee paper cups with the logos on them for parties, and they're usually they call the Yayaso Party Kit you can buy, and it has a lot of that stuff within it. But it all depends on you and how you want to use it. Will the company do that off the bat? I do not think so, because our prices are very low in the market, as you guys can tell, and a lot of them are based as just just on the product itself. And we want to keep our margins low for everybody, so everybody can start buying the tea at a certain price and keep buying the chaga at a certain price and keep doing that. So I don't see that happening right now as a giveaway, but you guys can buy in your back office a lot of stuff.
Thank you so much for that. That's great to know, especially for new people. What's good for chronic stomach pain?
Chronic stomach pain, use a tea. Definitely, if there's chronic stomach pain, there's usually different reasons for that. It's usually the intake of food that you're having. It's a lot of people do not realize, but sometimes we eat the wrong foods, but constantly, and sometimes we make it a habit of eating those. I know sometimes lifestyles don't permit you to cook for yourself every day, or go out to a restaurant that can make you a full course meal or something. And we're stuck a lot of times buying the fast food restaurant food that sometimes can be very heavy on our stuff and in our bodies. So a lot of times that's what it is. It's all these chemicals and all this stuff that is in your body. For instance, if you put a McDonald's burger into a acid, it doesn't come apart as a regular piece of bread would with a regular steak from home. It stays solid for a very long time. What that tell you is that it doesn't dissolve in your stomach that well with even your acids in your stomach. So I'll tell you something. The tea will help tremendously to clear that out. And I would say start using the tea, but if you have a long weekend or you're not going to work at certain days, drink it concentrated and drink it hot, and you see how quickly you're going to start feeling better.
And that really, really works, as I've tried that, and it really does work well. Carla would like to know, she had heard that the website and back office were going to be redesigned and updated and even improved. Is this correct?
Yes, we are looking right now. We've improved it like 3 times already, but yet we keep finding stuff or graphic artists and producers for website that we fall in love with. So yeah, Jack and I are looking into a couple companies right now that we may change the look of the whole back office and front office for you guys. But yet what we have for right now, I think we'll still see it for at least till June and July. It's going to take some time for it to create the new one if we decide to go on with that. But yeah, we're always looking to improve no matter what it is. And website, I know it's the first calling card for total life changes. So we're always looking to improve that every single day.
Thank you so much for that, Armand. We do have a question. Can the corporate office update our back office when our products ship with the tracking number instead of it saying that it's posted all the time? I guess there's some difficulty in being able to track that. That question does come in from Ms. Deetra Deering.
Yes, and that's one of the programming that we're doing right now. As a matter of fact, and thank you for that question. I wouldn't have come up with that question unless somebody said it. Um, that's one of the things that we're working at the moment in programming is trying to hook up the every single shipment from the shipping department to your back office. Unfortunately, at this moment right now, there is we cannot do that at this moment because the shipping services that we use, they're not connected with the API that's in the company. So that's part of the programming. We're trying to get the APIs connected with the shipping departments or the shipping companies also. So as soon as that happens, you will not only have a tracking number, but it'll show delivered the moment it shows up at your door.
Oh, that's great. That'll be wonderful. Have you ever heard of someone using the tea for a year and now they have very itchy skin? And that's from someone in the UK that's asking that question, Mr. Roderick from the UK.
No, I've never heard of that. That would be something new, and I would definitely, I would actually say that if they're having itch problem or something, and they're drinking the tea, it was not the tea if it didn't affect them the whole year. It's something that they're relatively new eating. They're eating something that is new to them, and that's affecting them, or they just change some kind of habit that they're on. It has to be something new. It's not the tea itself.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Armand. Well, I think I've exhausted all of the questions in the chat room. Ulysses, Chris, do you all have any other questions that are coming in from Facebook or text?
Now I can see, Raychel. I'm still looking, but looks like we went right through them, all of them.
Wonderful. I think I've got another one. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and ask this question. Can you look in the back office there and see if you see a call from 3350? I think we do have one other question. While he's doing that, Armand, can you just give us your story, your testimonial? People have heard about your testimonial, and of course, sometimes the facts get a little bit mixed up in the process. But can you really share why you joined this company, why you started it, and what these products have actually done for you?
Well, thank you for that question. A lot of people who've known my story, it's pretty simple. I'm a network marketer for over 20 years in network marketing. I've done very well in network marketing. I think it's done to the fact that I learned from people that I got into the right place with the right people at the right time, and it really put me into a situation where I could absorb their mentality of how to do the business and really use it to my benefit. Now, I start making my first million at the age of 20. I was making $5 million at the age of 25 a year. And then from there, it just escalated. So I've been very well, and I've been very well off in network marketing. I've been in the very great companies, and I've been in very bad companies in network marketing, as a lot of people have been in a lot of bad companies and a lot of great companies also. One of the things that I've done is I've helped build a couple companies out there, Complan and everything, and help them build out. And thanks to that, it's been very, the industry has been very generous to me. Now, throughout that time, I was getting sick. I was getting very sick at the time, sometimes due to stress, sometimes due to just bad habits, sometimes due to just a bad gallbladder that I had, and it burst in me at one point. And just, the illnesses just kept getting worse and worse and worse. But I just kept pushing through. Like any guy out there, we just ignore the illnesses and we just keep pushing. It got to the point where I was in another company, and we were starting to build what's Total Life Changes. And the reason we're building Total Life Changes was that my wife and I were looking for a better vehicle for everyone. We were looking at like I said, a lot of bad companies out there. The last company I was in, I thought it was a great company at the very beginning, but yet this coffee company ended up being one of those companies that were moving people and moving, people around, and inserting leaders in and doing things that were not ethical to my standards. So I was very angry about it. And so we started looking to do something else. And as a matter of fact, my wife and I can tell you, we didn't want to do network marketing no more. We were in a point that we were looking to do infomercials and run these products that you see right now at Total Life Changes, but sell them through an infomercial type of business, and really do a lot of well for a lot of people and help a lot of people get well. That's our standard. That's what we want. That's what we want to do for a lot of people. And through looking for companies, we ran into Jack Fallon thanks to a mutual friend, and his mutual friend put us together. And I think it was, one of those times is like love at first sight. It was two of us who had the same vision. We wanted to help people. We wanted to do something that was right. And he saw what I saw in the industry, and he saw what I wanted to do in the industry. So to me, it's like finding somebody that I can finally run with. And when I found Jack Fallon, because he had this product called NutriBurst that he was running for over 14 years with, and it was a phenomenal product. And, I ran into this guy and he wants to really do a network marketing business. He kind of, convinced me to really, all right, let's do it. Let's do this network marketing thing again. And we started building what Total Life Changes is today. We started getting putting together the tea, putting together the NutriBurst, putting together the products that we're going to launch with like the Ghana caps and for instance, the ACG at the very beginning. We're going to launch with these products, and we were very excited. But it took over a year to build the comp plan with Total Life Changes. So imagine investing into products, investing into product design, investing into everything, and kind of, those millions of dollars people have in their bank accounts, it kind of starts depleting and moving away. So it gets to the point that, it starts disappearing, and you start seeing, wow, the business is not launched yet. It's not going yet. And, what are we going to do? And what are we going to do next? So Jack and I kind of, we're losing the money. Everything was moving away. And it got to the point that we finally launched Total Life Changes February of 2010. And we just said, you know what, let's go with whatever we have and whatever the programming is, and we'll correct along the way. And because we just needed to go. And we started launching the company. But again, like I said, I was fairly sick. I was not well. I had a high blood pressure. I was very overweight. People didn't see my picture. I was 425 pounds at one point. I had, high blood pressure. I had diabetes levels that were tremendous. I could not sleep laying down. It was just a bad situation. And at one point, I collapsed in the kitchen of my home, and I had an ambulance take me to the hospital at that point. When that happened, there was certain situations that happened within that hospital that really changed my perspective. And one of those is that I was told I only had 6 months more of life left. When that is told to you, really perspectives change, because you have a family, you have children, you have people who depend on you. What are you going to do? Not only that, but you have no more money in the bank account. You have no more. What are we going to do? This is the project we have. Total Life Changes, the project we have invested into. We wanted it to run. We wanted it to go. We're the founders. If it doesn't work and if it doesn't launch, where did I put my family into? Especially if I know I'm leaving in 6 months. So as this stuff is moving in my head, and my voices that I hear in my head are telling me what's going on, and I'm trying to listen to the doctor, yet it's kind of muting the doctor out in the background. And I just, at that one moment, I stood up and I walked out, and I said, you know what? I walked out of that hospital saying, you know what, there's nothing in this world that's going to tell me when I'm going to pass. There's nothing in this world that's going to tell me when I'm going to go. I don't believe we have an expiration date on the bottom of our foot. I believe we can move forward with whatever we can. So I decided if they gave me 6 months more of life left, I'm going to use those 6 months to grow the business. And I'm going to grow it at a level that nobody's ever seen before, to a level that my children and my wife, my family is going to be able to survive. They're going to have that residual income coming in month per month, even if I'm not around. And I'm kind of like providing at that point. So I started growing the business. I started moving around. I started to do knocking on doors. We started going to flea markets. We started doing what we can. My wife started, she wanted to stop it. She said, you know what, rest. I'll do it for you. I'll, so it got to a point she even couldn't stop me. She started going along with me and growing this business. She's been my partner every single step of the way to grow Total Life Changes. She's been there left and right. She's seen me sick. She's seen me collapse. She's seen me bad. She's catered me back to health every single time. And it's just been moving forward from that point on. It's just Total Life Changes at that one point, at the 6 month point, we had 100,000 reps already in the business. So I think I was very successful to show the world that, you know what, even though I was dying in per se, you know what, they didn't stop us. We went straight forward. We believed in the product. We started taking the products. We got 100,000 reps into the business. We were doing fairly good money at that point. And, we were excited. At the 6 month point, man, I can tell everybody, you know what, I felt I was going to just pass because I was counting the days. I was counting the moments. I was counting the hours, But when nothing happened and I realized that the products that we've been taking, the Gano, especially the tea, the chaga caps that we've gotten later on, all those products have helped me live. And every single one of these products you see within Total Life Changes are products that we've brought to this company because, you know why? Because it's helped me live longer. It's helped me give life to people. It helped me put this company into the next level. And guess what? These products and every single product we've ever will bring in is because we know the products will do something great for somebody. And the company Total Life Changes is built for you. For every single one of you who are here at Total Life Changes, for every single one of you who are looking for something to get better, for every single one of you who are looking to grow something that is going to grow not just for your lifetime, but for generations on, and to build something for your kids and for your grandchildren. You're looking at the business that is Total Life Changes, that is now, because this is what we are doing right now. This is real. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of companies, a lot of teams out there, I can tell you right now, they may be pushing hard. They may be talking about the numbers. You gotta be binary qualified. And you might be talking about, just the business plan. But guess what? There's another part of the business is helping people. And if we focus on helping people, and if we focus on helping people get better and helping people live, guess what? The money comes right afterwards. We don't have to ask for it. We don't have to beg for it. We don't have to run for it. It comes naturally because helping people is what we should be doing. Helping people is what this business was built on. Helping people is what Total Life Changes has been built on since day one. And then, you know what? I was the very first person, I can tell you, I was helped thanks to these products. And I can tell you what, I will never, ever leave these products ever in my life because what they do for me every single day.
That is just an amazing testimony. Thank you so much for that, because if it had not been for you, we would not have this company. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. Miss Taiwanki Seegers has a question for you. Her line is open. Taiwanki, you can go ahead with your question.
I have several questions. My first question, can you explain why you all opted to have a home-based business as opposed to partnering with a Walmart, for example?
Can you repeat that?
Can you explain why you all opted to have a home-based business in terms of the structure as opposed to partnering with a Walmart? Someone asked a new distributor this question, and I just wanted to get some feedback from you so everyone can hear it. So if they're dealing with someone just questioning the company and the ethics of the company and why haven't we heard about this company? And, of course, everyone loves Walmart. So I thought I would just pose the question so we can hear
perfect.
Directly from you. First question.
Yeah, and I appreciate that question. A lot of times when companies are being built, for instance, Walmart does a lot of advertising. That's why Walmart is very well known, and everybody knows the name of Walmart. Network marketing, instead of paying for millions of dollars of advertising, uses word of mouth and uses, a person-to-person type of advertising, which we pay in turn. That's where commissions come from. Instead of paying, for instance, commissions to advertisers, we pay it to you guys because you guys are doing the legwork for it. And that's why it's growing at a different level. Now, will it become a staple name like Walmart? Yes, it will. I think you will see that in the next 5 years that Total Life Changes, IASO brand will become a household name because the way we're growing and in the capacity of the amount of of distribution that we're doing worldwide with the product. Now, people are looking at it. Why is a home-based business or PO box type of a business? It's really not. If people visit, for instance, California and visit the Epic Center, which is the home office here at California at the Fontana City, you're going to find that not only is it a phenomenal warehouse, and not only is it a phenomenal building, but it's also a building that holds a 300 plus seater auditorium for you to do meetings, and it has a state of the art sound and lighting and everything you want. It has a will call center that is just phenomenal, that will get you the products right now when you need them. You give us cash, we give you your products, and it'll count in your back office at that single moment. It's one of those companies that we're here for you guys. Now, if you're away from California, we have distribution centers. Let's just say in Michigan, we have distribution centers around the world. We have 15 distribution centers worldwide. And what I want to tell people is this: if people are worried about, is this a home business? It started as a home business. Okay, this business started 15 years ago out of the garage of Jack Fallon's house. And as a matter of fact, you can still find the address of the old house of Jack Fallon. And you can still Google it, and you can still see the little house where it all started. And what is cool about that is it's a real American story where it grew from one little house to a warehouse, from a warehouse to multiple warehouses worldwide. And that's what we're about. We're about growth. Is it going to be as big as Walmart? Yes, I think so. We're going to be probably, I don't want to say bigger because I don't want to sound cocky at all, but I do believe we have a product line that is going to be so well known. You will see our name on jerseys of sport teams in the future, and a lot of stadiums will be named after our company because we have the right to that. That's how big we're going to get with this company, and we are heading that direction.
Okay, thank you. And I have two more questions.
Go ahead.
The next question is regarding, why did you all launch overseas first as opposed in America?
That was just a fluke, for instance. We didn't mean it to happen. We launched in the United States first, by the way. All of you do not know, okay. We launched the United States market February 2010. I know there's a new team around that's saying they launched last year. No. We all launched 2010 in the United States market, in the U.S. market, with a lot of English speakers also. The only thing is that when I came from another company, which is a coffee company, I brought over 15 diamonds from that company. And because of the leadership and the downlines they had, it just went toward the Spanish market first. And that's the reason we organically grew through the Spanish market first. We didn't mean for that to happen. It just organically happened. Now we are growing through the English market at this point, and we're pushing very hard through the English market, as we always have. But now as long as you're seeing teams growing everywhere, from the East Coast to the West Coast, guess what? We're building on that also. So that's why.
Okay, thank you. And my very last question is regarding projected growth in terms of distributors. Are you expecting long-term 500,000 distributors?
This moment,
the vision for the company?
As you know, I'm distributor 001, so I'm the master distributor of the company. And in my downline, I have over 435,000 distributors right now that are worldwide. How many we are expecting? We're expecting very big numbers in the next couple of years.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Now, just to back up a little bit in those questions, a lot of people ask about that. Why the Spanish market first? A lot of people know that the Spanish market is a very difficult market, and to prove to the world, for instance, now that you guys are coming in, everybody's coming in now, and Total Life Changes is becoming a household name, and everybody's joining Total Life Changes. That's phenomenal. But you guys have to know that a lot of legwork was done by the Hispanic market, and for that to happen, that means a lot of wrongs were proved right, a lot of errors were proved right, a lot of things were proved and corrected before everybody started getting into the ball game. So you guys are in a ball game right now where now there's brochures, now there's internet, we have a Facebook page, we have all this stuff that we didn't have at the very beginning. And there's a lot of tools out there that we have now thanks to the fact that we ran it through a manner that most companies wouldn't have gone through. As a matter of fact, most companies would have never gone to the Hispanic market first. We did it because it came organically, and we were looking for the business. Like I said, I was looking to grow something because my lifespan was at 6 months, and we were going wherever we needed to grow at that point. And guess what? We grew to the Hispanic market first at that point. Do I see it as a wrong? No, because we shown that the business works and the business model works correctly and that it pays. And it never failed anyone. Nobody has ever failed a check. Everybody's getting paid on time. And it just shows that Total Life Changes is the company to be in.
Thank you so much for your layman's work there, Armand, and everyone that really laid the foundation for the company for us, because it has made it a lot easier for those of us who are new and have come along. I think we're winding down to our last questions. Ms. Carla does have a question. She would like to know, will the ingredients of the products be added to the website at any given time? Because a lot of customers ask that question when they go out there to just purchase products.
As a matter of fact, all the products used to have them online. They used to be in your back office. They will be put back. Again, we've been working in the back office. Those are a few of the things that we did take down momentarily, but they will be back up. We do feel that you should have the labels. As a matter of fact, as we were talking about earlier, we went to the Hispanic market first, but if you notice, all our labels have always been in English, no matter what country they were in. We were finally creating labels in Spanish for some of the countries out there. So you will see Spanish labels, you will see English labels, you will see Portuguese labels, you will see German labels, and in a few other countries, depending on what languages we need to grow. And you will see those labels in your back office. So you will have those ingredient lists.
Wonderful. Here's one more question for you. In the compensation plan that you created, there's something there that's called a lifetime rank bonus. Can you explain how that works and how it works if you fall out of your binary?
If you fall out of your binary, for instance, let's just say you're a director and you fall out of being a director. You don't lose the position as a director. You will get paid as what you qualified in that week, but you won't lose that rank. It's a lifetime rank. That's what we're talking about there. The comp plan is very clear. It's very black and white, where people can really make a lot of money. Now, if you're looking at the other bonuses that we have, for instance, like the $1,500 lifestyle bonus, you hit that on the fourth rank, where in other companies you would hit that at double diamond or or a diamond, which this is a lot less, a lot easier. And we're making things a lot simpler for a lot of people to make great money and see the great effects of network marketing a lot quicker.
Thank you so much for that answer. It looks like I've come to the end of the questions on our chat line. Chris, Ulysses, do you all have any additional questions out there?
I think that's it. I see that's all we have here for today, unless Ulysses, you got anything out there?
Nope, I think you got them all.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic. So we'll close for today, and then we'll set up for another meeting, another Q&A, and at some future time, so we get everybody set for that. And I want everybody to know, by the way, if you didn't get your answer or you didn't get your question, feel free to send your question in to the IASA Live Facebook page, and just send your question and ask away. There's no questions that cannot be answered, and we will get your question answered tremendously quickly. Now, I want to appreciate every single one of you. I know your time is valuable. I know your time is gold. I want to let everybody know that, no matter where you're at around the world, no matter what you're doing with Total Life Changes, I do appreciate every effort, everything you do, because without every single one of you, Total Life Changes would not be the company that it is at this moment. And I do appreciate every single one of you. I do appreciate IASA Chris, Ulysses for being on the line. Thank you very much, Raychel Small, for putting this thing together for me. This has just been awesome afternoon. I do appreciate every single one of you. God bless you. God bless every single one that are on the line. And God bless every single one that's in this company. So we'll talk to you guys soon.